Yeah, so when people read it, they're like, "Ask the bitch." I don't. What?
That's funny.
Right. So we're at the Eurobest with Paul Lavoie, who just had a really good show. Actually,
It was fun.
It wasn't like a seminar. It was like a show.
Yeah. Well, these are important conferences for the industry to bond, to celebrate, to learn, to get inspired. But I find that oftentimes the conversation is the same. It's there's change, things are happening, social marketing, blah, blah, blah. So I just thought I'd do something a little different, and also try to inspire the real foundation of all creativity, which is trust. Because I've always noticed that my best campaigns, and the work that I'm most proud of, has always been done in a climate of trust. And oftentimes we just do our work and we don't consider that, especially the young creatives. And it's something to consider, especially in these times, because there is this thing called the recession, and clients are a little bit more chicken these days. And I think it's important to take the time to build a relationship, and then great things could happen.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me that the recession should strangle good ideas, because that's actually when good ideas should be coming. Because good ideas are usually the best ideas are like the simplest and the cheapest to do.
Yeah. Well, the really great ideas are more cost efficient. They're more cost efficient to get message through and to get people engaged. But Marshall McLuhan was another Canadian. Like Marshall McLuhan said, it took 9 old ideas to justify a new idea. So people don't like me, In fact, I always wanted to start an agency called Hack, which is to do the worst crap in the world, that we get the job done real fast and just get out of there. But so new is a little bit more challenging to sell, and then that's why I think it's important to think about the climate that new ideas can blossom and become real. That's why I had the pornographer. That's why I had a knife thrower. And that's why I had a rally car driver, because they all need to trust. So every office has its special, unique setting. But Amsterdam, I must say, and the quality of life is just, and the setting, it's like theater.
Yeah, it's like you're stuck in like one of those little globes, like
Yes.
inside a snow globe.
That's it. I like the snow globe thing. We should do that. We should make a big dome in Amsterdam.
And Church was right!
Is an award show, and back in 2002, you did the special awards for ghost ads and scam ads.
Yeah.
And you saw the DDB ghost ad, well, for WWF that came out of South America this summer, and the scandal that it caused. Now, I'm not sure if it was an actual ghost ad or not, because they were saying client approved it, and then the U.S. arm said somebody over at WWF might have approved it, but wasn't really allowed to, and I don't know. So I was just, why do you think it is that there's scam ads and ghost ads still going on when there's both magazines and award shows where you can show off your stuff?
I know, and back in '92 it wasn't so much the case. I think it was '92 or it was '96, I can't remember, but I was chairing the London Advertising Awards, and then I came up with this thing called the Playground. And then as president of the Art Directors Club of New York, I introduced the Playground. And some creatives hate it. They think it's wrong. And it should be about and big brands. But at the end of the day, so why do people continue cheating? That's the real question. People continue cheating because they're bad? No, because they're frustrated. And they're creative. And they want to have a voice. They want to do something that makes a difference. And they're most often caught in these, big boring agencies or groups, or they have clients that won't allow that. There's an obstacle there. So they do these scam ads to show that they're capable of doing good work. So all I'm saying is, why don't we just let that go? I mean, think about the runway for fashion models. Most people don't wear that. They wear they wear that's sent out in the distribution of retail stores, but it defines the designer. So I'm just saying, you know, if you want to do scam ads, why don't we just say, okay, we're going to take scam ads. It's going to be over here. It's not going to be called scam because that's like a fucking disease. It's going to be called a playground, and you can play, and we'll award you. But I have to tell you, to win a playground is really hard because if it looks like anything that's been done, it never wins. So not many people win the playground at the art director's level.
That actually makes it harder when you say, this was untouched by clients.
Yeah.
Then it has to be really, really good because now you're impressive creatives on the level of just creatives.
Yeah. It has to be breakthrough. It has to be really, and a couple of things can surface, and I think that's what we're looking for. But it also allows this crazy debate to be a little well organized. Again, I don't look at the result. I always look in life at the intention. What's the intention? The intention is not a bad thing. It's just that because there's no room for it, people cheat. So I say, let's break the law in one area, and then there's no cheating anymore. And then park everything there, and let's go on with life.
Sometimes when you see these scam ads, it's like there's some ads for Play-Doh where they had made heron needles out of Play-Doh, and it's like it's always safe with Play-Doh.
Yeah.
So they can think of anything. They can't hurt themselves with Play-Doh.
Right.
I can't remember what the tagline was, but it was out of Singapore, and it ran in this little, this freebie magazine. So they ran all 4 ads right next to each other in this free magazine, but it was just an obvious scam, and it turns out it was, and Play-Doh said we'd never run that. But what bothered me there was this is not something that Play-Doh would ever buy.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes when you do these, you see these scam ads, it's just they never suit the client, and then you're not a very good creative.
But that's why the playground would be good, because you would look at that and you'd say that's wrong. That's indulgent.
Right.
That's not true, because all great work there has to be some truth to it. You can't start doing stuff for a brand. You go, that brand would never speak that way. You're speaking that way. You're imposing, as a creative person, your kind of language and vocabulary on this brand, and that's not what we're trying to do. We start with the brand and try to, because if you do something that's not true, it's not sustainable. What's really cool right now is companies have to behave nicely, because people will call you right away, and so there's a more transparent way, and I think brands really want to tell the truth. So you don't want these fucking creatives to create a new brand language for us. So but in the playground, that's the rule. That would not win. But so that's the playground, and the chair of the Cannes jury a couple of years back, and they had awarded a restaurant, a small little restaurant in I don't know where, but the gold. They had won 2 or 3 gold lions, and then somebody said, do you think they really did that? And so they said, let's phone the restaurant. So they phoned the restaurant, and the owner answered, this little lady, she was about 80. She said, oh yeah, those boys, they're so nice. They did these ads, they walked in one day and they put them on the wall. I didn't pay them, they didn't ask them, they just, it's like, okay, yank the goal. It was funny. Yeah, but people...